Okay, ladies, so I'm sitting here in my newest chair. Don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Anyways, didn't mean to show you my armpit. Here we go. My chair. Um, anyways, this was only $10. So no, actually $14.99. Buy cheap furniture, guys, to save money. Anyways, what I want to talk about is I had just said in a video that a judge in Indiana has banned an expansion of abortion, which is great. So many girls do not have anybody. So I have a story here. So when was it? The other day, there was a girl and her boyfriend who are homeless over here, and it's mostly her. And she asked for a ride to the shelter, and I had the U-Haul truck, and I said sure. So this girl has nobody. We talked on the way to where she wanted to go, and she had she had talked about, I'm like, look, can't you stay, with him because his mother lives here? And she's like, no, I really can't. And her and I are having issues. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, she doesn't like me. And she's done this and she's done that. And she goes, so when I have used food stamps to help her, she likes me. And when I don't have something to give her, she doesn't like me. A lot of mother in laws will do this, guys. They'll only be conditional with their love. And it depends on if they can suck the life out of you, basically. And if you put the boundaries up and say, hey, you're not using me, which I've had to do with my mother in law, um, there's no relationship after that, pretty much. So I had said to her, look, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, you are better off putting those boundaries up very early in your relationship. So it reminds me of kind of how I was when I started off, like my husband and I. He was like everything to me. So I didn't marry his parents, I didn't marry his relatives. It was me and him. And, he filled the gaps and I filled the gaps. And they have a good relationship, it seems like, but she doesn't have a lot of people. And she already cut off relationship with her mother because of issues. And then there's an adoptive mother. And then there's on and on it goes. And then there's the mother has a boyfriend. And so some people come from a very broken marriage, very broken family, very broken relationships. And what we want to do is we want to build, right? When we have our own family, we want to build and build hard and build strong. And one of those things you can also do is I will be in a bunch of networking stuff tomorrow. I had a lady tell me, "Hey, there's this place on Facebook." So I have a separate Facebook for my business. I have like a bunch of Facebooks. One is my pro life one. One is a business, and then I have like undercover Facebooks because I reach out to my sons. Like one of them is like in Washington, last I knew, and so I have reached out to him. Different reasons for different Facebook groups. So one of the groups, the lady said, "Hey, we've got this group of moms who get together and do business together." And I thought, "Hey, how cool." So a lot of times moms can be left out of the business world because we have been like, okay, you can either be a mom or you can have a career, right? So this is a good in between step, and it's a way to get your foot in the door, and it's a way to build your life. And if you have nothing, which I'll be talking about business ideas again on my channel, when you have nothing, networking is a great idea to help you. So that's what I got for now, ladies. Jump on some Facebook stuff, put $50 on a name, and just get a business going. And if you join hands with others, which tomorrow will be a huge, huge resource of networking for me, they will help you make it. And today I was on the phone calling some places for resources again, and they were like, "Oh, we do grants for nonprofits," and I'm like, "Wonderful." So I am preparing now for my nonprofit that I plan on getting going after I get my business going. And there is a conference coming up too to help women. My nonprofit will be to help women, to be like a resource center for women who need help with stuff. It will be connected to this and reaching out to the homeless too, right? So I plan on helping a lot of people, but right now I'm just building like underneath the the foundation. And so there is a network. There's a conference coming up too about healing from trauma from abortion. Um, it's a it's a whole network in that area of starting a pregnancy center and starting, a nonprofit and training for pregnancy centers. So I will be looking into taking that too. And that will be virtual, so I don't have to travel. So keep on building, ladies. And mostly what I want to say is put other women around you. And the more we have other women around us, the more we have support, the less likely we are going to have abortions. And when you're in community, like I was later on with my family, you're going to find that community will help you more than being on your own. And like I said, I had nobody to help me, and you don't want to end up, in a situation where you're alone. And the more you're in community, and the more you're in church, and the more you understand how much Christ loves you, and how much He died for you, the more you're going to grow and be able to see how valuable you are when you have come from like trashy, attitudes toward you or environments. So this is how you do it. You change the thinking. This is how you do it. So when I had picked up a book, where was it? Oh, the other day I talked about this on a video. Picking up a book and why do we have suffering? And I was looking at people who have pain and they either go to minimalizing it or finding a self righteousness in it, right? And I thought, how important is it to get it right? It's so important, ladies, to be in community, to get the right beliefs and the right thinking on things.